Golfing sore is just a part of it, but trust me, you'll get used to it. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the gym throwing around weight. When you shock your muscles, whether you're a beginner or an advanced lifter and you do a different technique, you really up the intensity, you're gonna get sore. It's a byproduct of lifting hard, especially if you're not used to it. Once you pick up that golf club again, and let's say you have a sore chest, you take the golf club back and you're like, whoa, I can't quite go back as far. Don't freak out and think you're gonna start playing bad just because your chest or your triceps or your legs are a little fatigued. Do some stretches, give yourself plenty of time to warm up, and you're gonna be okay. As a whole, the longer you've been in the gym, you start getting less and less sore, so it becomes less and less of a worry. Understand that certain body parts, when they're sore, affect the golf swing differently. Chest is honestly probably the most sensitive body part for the golf swing, just because your arm is going across the whole pectoralis muscle throughout the entire swing. Muscles like your tricep, your bicep, your calves, your back, you really don't notice it very much. Chest and the legs, tend to get pretty tired, are the ones that I would consider maybe tapering off if you're a competitive golfer before a tournament. Lay off the volume if you're really worried about being sore so you can be your absolute freshest for the round. It also provides a little bit of a built-in excuse. If you start playing bad, oh yeah, man, yesterday I just did all that bench press, I did all those squats, I'm just kind of sore. Lift in the fullest range of motion possible. There's that old saying that goes out there, oh, if you lift weights, your muscles are going to become inflexible. The only way that is actually true is if you were to train that muscle through a very limited range of motion. Sure, that muscle is getting strong, but it's only in this short range of motion. Those other movement patterns and ranges of motion that muscle would have to go through are never being worked. So yeah, that's going to become inflexible. But if you were to train in a complete full range of motion, your muscle not only is getting stronger in a fuller range of motion, leading to more muscle growth, it's getting more flexible through that full range of motion. So when you get to the golf swing, you have a stronger and more flexible golf swing. When I first got into lifting, I was gung-ho competitive golf. I didn't really ever think about a full range of motion. Bench press is a bench press, shoulder press is a shoulder press. The second I switched my focus and started going to a fuller range of motion, I noticed my flexibility, it skyrocketed. Stay away from 1-rep maxes. The risk to reward ratio for a golfer, and especially if you want to take your golf game seriously, just doesn't make any sense. Going for that 1-rep max really isn't going to help your golf game any more than, let's say, if you did 5. But what it is going to do is it's going to make your risk of injury go up. If you get injured in the gym, you aren't going to be able to golf. This really goes for anybody that gets into the gym. Doing a 1-rep max probably isn't the smartest thing. I've fallen a victim to it too. I've gotten crushed by the bench press before. When you're pushing your limits, it's exciting, it's motivating. Sometimes it's not going to go as planned. Your ego kind of takes over, and that can start leading to some injuries. I have to continually check my ego and say, no, maybe I shouldn't try that, because I'm really not gaining anything except a little ego boost. If you're trying to play golf at your highest capability that day, is it smart to go out and just absolutely demolish yourself and go run 10 miles and then expect to go walk 5-6 miles on the course with a breeze? Probably not. Do you really expect to have all of your feels there after a sick arm day and you rush straight to the golf course with no break in between? You've got to be smart and strategize a little bit around your workout schedule. I like to give myself a couple of hours between my last set at the gym, if I'm going to go tee it up and play golf, just so I'm recovered, I get some food in me, the pump, all that blood flow kind of swells away, and I get to the golf course feeling pretty normal. I'm an avid long distance runner, and I can think of so many instances where I went on a super long run and then I went out and walked 18 holes. And by the time it was hole, even like 7 or 8, I was slowly dragging, getting a little low energy, and my golf game kind of went to poop. What I should have done is either save that long run for after the round of golf or tapered back the miles. Instead of going and doing 10 miles, maybe I should have tapered it back to 6. It's all person to person and what your body can handle. If you prefer to get the gym done before the golf, like myself I do, it gets the blood flowing, gets the body going. It's nice to have the gym out of the way so I can focus on the golf, then go for it. Or if you would rather save the workout for after your round of golf, and then you can just focus on the gym, you don't have to worry about kind of saving yourself for golf, then do that. Stretch, stretch, and stretch some more. You can lift all the weights you want and be as strong as you look, but if you get to the golf swing and you have literally no flexibility, that's not going to do you very good. On top of training in a full range of motion, like I already mentioned, doing some form of stretching or a combination of all of them, there's fancy words for it like dynamic, static, active, mobility specific things. No matter how muscular you get, as long as you're staying on top of your stretching, you should have no fear or doubt in your mind that any day you should be able to take the golf club, get to the top of your backswing without any hindrance. You need a balance of all components of fitness, not only just strength training, but you got to train the heart, your cardiovascular system, and you got to make sure you're still flexible. And occasionally, if you feel like it and you want to do some specific golf movements in the gym, add that in too. It's very easy to get wrapped into one mindset. Oh, I'm a power lifter, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm a marathon runner. I only do golf specific stuff because it mimics the golf swing. But when you go too far on one end of the spectrum, all the other components start to get neglected. And you incorporate a mix of everything, they complement each other, and overall, your fitness is better. The lifting is great and all, don't get me wrong, but when you're golfing, it does require a level of endurance and cardiovascular health. You're on your feet for 5-6 hours sometimes if you're a competitive golfer and are walking. Gotta have that heart in kind of tip-top shape. Doesn't mean you have to go out and go run marathons. You gotta get that heart rate up occasionally. Bike riding, running, swimming, it could be anything. How I balance it myself is I stretch every single day. One day I lift, the next day I do some sort of cardiovascular training, and they alternate. The benefits to incorporating fitness on your golf game stretch well beyond the physical benefits. Being stronger, having more stamina, looking better. You develop an immense mental edge. Fitness teaches you so much about yourself. You really find out what you're made of. Can you go 1 extra mile? Can you do 2 more reps? The pushing yourself, the self-motivating, the toughness, the fortitude. When you've built up that ability to push through hard times, the discipline to do that each and every day, when you get out on the golf course and you make a couple bogeys, it's not the end of the world and you're gonna know how to bounce back and dig deep. There's also an immense confidence that comes from knowing when you're walking up to the first tee of a tournament and your 3 playing partners standing there, we're not in the gym at 4 or 5 in the morning, lifting weights, running all these miles, you develop a sense of pride and like, yeah, okay, I've been putting in the work, and clearly it shows. There will be plenty of critics, even yourself. Anytime a golfer is out there pushing themselves in the gym, it's abnormal. Look at Tiger Woods or Gary Player way back in the day, or today, Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka. Golfers for ages have been getting criticized for fitness. The mold that breaks away from the cookie cutter, golf fitness, twisty type stuff. Doubts and critiques of your own will even start to seep into your own mind, not just others. After a bad round, it's very easy to start looking at your playing competitors and going, well gosh, they aren't in the gym very much. They're just kind of skinny tadpoles and they're beating me. God, maybe this weightlifting thing isn't right. But if the gym and fitness is one of your biggest passions, obviously stick with it. Getting stronger, having more flexibility, more muscle mass is not going to be so detrimental to your game that you're like, well, I need to stop because my golf game sucks now. It doesn't work like that. I love the pump, the body building. I love all of that. And I love golf. So I combine the two. There's nothing wrong with that. I fell in love with the gym and it never made much sense to me of why the heck should I train like a golfer and do all this balance and throwing balls and just kind of silly stuff to me. I love the gym. I want to lift some weights. And I found out, gosh, there's a lot of great benefits. I got stronger. I transformed myself. The ball started going far. Don't get trapped in the, I play golf, so I have to go in the gym and train like a golfer. The tides are turning. There is a growing community of gym rat golfers, people that value the gym and value golf. We're getting into the gym and we're lifting weights. You're seeing it out on tour. More guys are pumping iron, starting to slowly get away from the cookie cutter golf fitness exercise routine. No matter your handicap or fitness level, it's an interesting world to have to navigate balancing lifting and golf. You know, whether you're just a weekend hack out there with the buddies and you want your golf game to benefit a little bit, or you're a competitive golfer, it's an interesting divide. These were some of the things I wish I knew before I combined my passions of lifting and golf. If you're looking for coaching and guidance balancing lifting and golf, check out my 60-day Gym Rat Golf Kickstarter. Link is above and below. So it took me from being skinny, swinging it at 108, to getting bigger and swinging it at 130. We've got 60 days of workouts, bunch of videos, PDF downloads. We've got 24/7 support with myself to get you to your transformation on and off the course. Thanks for watching, guys. Till the next one. Peace.